The thread ended up on the floor, where threads go. It became a permanent thing, like silver. Every time you polish it, a little goes away. Then the ducks arrived. It was raining. Such a lot of going around and doing. Sometimes they were in sordid sexual situations. At others, a smidgen of fun would intrude on our day, which exists to be intruded on anyway. Its value to us is incommensurate with, let's say, the concept of duration, which kills, surely as a serpent hiding behind a stump. Our phrase books began to feel useless. For once you have learned a language, what is there to do but forget it? An illustration changes us. These were cloistered. They stayed with us that winter, then went on a while. Soon they were back. It was partially time to go out in the opening. Some enjoyed it. Then, if they were true, the blue rabbit heaped bones upon them. There was no going back now, though some did go back. Those who didn't get very far. The others came out a little ahead, I think. I'm not sure. Look, this is what I am, what I'm made of. Am I then to usurp the rose that blows on time's pediment, wrapping all wisps in a kind of bundle of awe? But the sundial smiled in the rain, the stile beckoned, the sign said it was 3 miles. In the lane, the parson's ambulance pestered gold pigtails, who were in for a shock when the fox returned smiling, fanning his great tail in the comet of the lighthouses the sausages were so concerned about. Did the game of stealing please any? Here, on the other side, they were in sync, their bowls of mucilage crooning to the sidelong bats of evening, and then they were let out to smoke a cigarette in the meadow. No one knew how many tried to escape, or how many were successful. You had to read it in the evening's news, and by then sea cows were weary. They taxed themselves out of existence. Our raft capsized, and they opined the day was bright with promise, though shut off from what really happened. It was time for golf. This was that day's learning. Finally, when Angela could retrieve her moorings, they sent the tide out, but it came back next day, increasingly bizarre. Bunny and Philip weren't sure they wanted to see more. But you must, Angela urged, breathing a little faster. Then they all wanted to know why it goes on all the time, and the preacher answered it was due to bats, in the silos. Oh, I thought you wanted to know, Philip said. We do, but other than you there are 2 pails formally, and no one can figure out what is inside. Indeed? Well, I'll take the plunge, Philip volunteered. He was always a brave little kid. Now it was this side of sunset again. Nobody knew which was in error, the stove or its corset. After which the elm buds chanced a summer intrusion, and all the nifty year was almost gone. Well, isn't that a catastrophe? Aunt Clara gurgled. Or are some of you please going to take it outside? Ah, but it's raining, someone grumbled. Why can't we stay inside and have school? Yes, but the quitter must go far out into the bogs. It's time for the badgers to nest, and who is that coming over the hill this time? It's Spider, Angela suggested. But as for leaving you all without a tale to tell, I would be daft, nay, derelict, not to insist on where the others have gone. Isn't there a place to stop that we'll all know about when we come to it? Yes, there is, she said. We'll just all have to back down into the gloom and bait our hooks with peanut butter. Which is what they did. And so they left home that day.